There was something different about this Bingham Minor team that Dave Peck had said from the beginning. He said they weren't the most talented team, they weren't the biggest, but he said this team had something, and they proved it, going 14-0, winning the 5A state championship, 38-13 over rival Brighton. Phenomenal game by the Bingham defense and Scott Nichols, who really shouldered the load when Kyle Geary got hurt late in the second quarter. What I'm going to remember most about this team is covering that game in Denver in Week 3 when they beat Valor Christian, Colorado's 4-time state champion, on the road. That was the game that really convinced me that Bingham could do something special, and as we saw as the weeks followed, they did.
All right, well, what I'm going to remember about this game is just how Bingham came out, and just from the start, just domination defensively, making Brighton go 3 and out on a lot of drives. Nothing was working out, and then when things weren't going Bingham's way, they were able to hold on. Kyle Geary goes down with an injury, and they put in Cade Jensen, a senior, and he's able to manage. The offensive line is able to block for him. Scott Nichols obviously has a great game, and that's just classic Bingham, kind of getting back to their roots. Dave Peck says that this brings us back to elite, and you see the blueprints of that with the run game. Defense, it does look like the Bingham of old.
Bingham jumps out of the big 21-0 lead in the first half, and then it looks like Brighton kind of stills the momentum, getting a late pick 6 in that half to get down 21-13 to make it close. But then Bingham comes out, and they just have a 9-minute drive just to open the third quarter. And talking to the Brighton players and coaches, that was kind of the killer, the fact that they just weren't able in the second half to get their offense back on the field to get anything going momentum-wise. And then you saw, when they did finally get the ball late in the third and in the fourth, they just weren't able to do anything much with it and get back into this game by the time that Bingham had kind of put the clamps.
What I'll remember about this game is much like Bubba Brown said in his video clip, that Bingham took control on the first drive of the third quarter. That was a critical stage in the game because Bingham had lost their starting quarterback to an injury late in the first half. And specifically, Scott Nichols took control of this game. He carried the ball 8 times for 48 yards on that drive that ended with a field goal. But 4 of those runs converted third downs into first downs. And it was absolutely critical, I thought, in Bingham reestablishing itself in this game and really setting the tone in the second half. And again, even though that field goal just pushed their lead to 24-13, you could tell that Bingham was in command at that point and went on to win another state championship.